This is your brother and friend, Dr. Haruna Goro. Shame on the Nigerian Senate. They shamelessly, unanimously ganged up against a female senator for speaking out, taking her stand, and demanding her rights. They moved her seat. The Senate president did it in such a very, very crude and shabby way. Then she was speaking, trying to protest. The underlying issue had to do with sexual harassment, something that everybody should be up in arms to find out what is this sexual harassment that Natasha is speaking about, because she went to Arise TV and I think she granted another media house also an interview regarding the sexual allegation. So instead of people just throwing it off and say, no, that kind of harassment, they only do it to secondary school girls or to university girls. So it's almost like saying, if they do it to university girls, if they do it to secondary school girls, it is fine. That means we have allowed it. It can just go on unabated. But this shouldn't be. I am telling you, most of the people that are in the Senate right now, none of them qualifies to be there, because we even thought that Labour Party senators that are there will make a difference. Maybe PDP also, but they have all ganged up now. They're in the same pot, the same wicked, diabolic pot. They are not there to serve the interests of Nigerians. To chase out a female senator from a senatorial district where she was duly elected. You remember that she was elected and then they stole the election. APC stole the election. The court annulled the other person and gave her, and she came to the Senate 6 months after, only for her to be speaking out her mind and opened up why the Senate President, Akpabio, is being intimidating her in the Senate, trying to sabotage her and frustrate her, is because of alleged sexual harassment. So let's even say it's not true. So how are you going to be sure? You see, this is why many ladies don't speak. Just imagine if Natasha was a young girl and this was your daughter, or this was your sister. Would you just say, no, she was unruly? What are the rules of the Senate? We are talking about a woman that was duly elected to represent her constituency. And then you will go there and say, the year have it, the year have it. And then how do we know? It's not that you did a ballot where we knew who did it. And even the voices of those that were against it may have been drowned by those who were for it. Because all of you have become like zombies to serve the interests of Akpabio. Many of you that are there are not even fit to be there. If we go by the rules and go by the law, many of you are sitting there with corruption cases that are still with EFCC. But you're there serving. Do you know even Mrs. Tinubu, when she was in the Senate, there are videos that are online. You can check it for yourself. She herself was screaming out, even beyond what Natasha did. But we never saw them turn off the mic against her. We never saw them suspend her. Because you know what? It's all about corruption. Corruption, if you can buy your way, if you can bribe the people, they will all go mute. How can somebody from LP, the obedience, they voted for you, they trusted you're going there to serve the interests of the people? I want to say shame on the Nigerian Senate. You don't deserve to be there. You know what, Nigerian, this is why I've been calling, you need to take your nation back from these corrupt rogues. They are not there to serve your interest. They're just there to eat. You remember, as I said in my previous broadcast, that the Nigerian political system should be ashamed. You have no sense, no iota of morality inside of you. In a nation with so many talented women that are very smart. Those women could be your mothers or your sisters or wives. But they have decided to disenfranchise women, and only those men with their agbadas and so-called suits and red caps sitting there, all they are doing is robbing and stealing money. And then they are there chasing a senator as if she has stolen. Those of you that have stolen money, you are sitting there. Has anybody come to chase you out? And they were booing her as she was going out. So for those 6 months, her senatorial district will not be represented. She was duly elected. She wasn't appointed by Tinubu. She wasn't appointed by Akpabio. Akpabio, you knew what you did in Akwa Ibom. Billions that went missing. But because the way, how the Nigerian politics goes, if you know how to bribe your way, they will just move you. You keep being promoted. And in the north, they will just keep saying, Ranka Idede, Alhaji Ya Kajaba. And then so we celebrate criminality. Those that do right are the ones that suffer. Natasha, don't let these people take you for a ride. Just because she's speaking in a Senate of about 106 senators, shamefully, only 4 ladies are represented there. And the 4 ladies that are there, they are being intimidated, especially because Natasha came and she's speaking out. Ireti Kinkibe, you went to the television and you are there trying to defend Akpabio, and you're the one representing the women. 4 of you, and you can't even stand for your lady. Meanwhile, you went on the platform of Labour Party. Ireti, shame on you. You can't even stand for a fellow lady. How many are you in the Senate? You may say, well, she was screaming, she was doing this. Is she the first one to do that in the Senate? But because she's talked about sexual harassment, Ireti was saying that they have been there before she came. They were never sexually harassed, that maybe she's just lying. Is this not why ladies don't talk? When they are being harassed by their employers, when lecturers harass them before they say they must sleep with them before they let them pass the exam? Is this not what is happening? I'm just not happy. I am angry with what is happening. So come 2027, Nigerians, if you don't rise up and take your nation, you're going to send rogues back again, or you will re-elect those rogues, those liars, and those cheats and connivers that are there just stealing the money. And then now they're chasing a senator as if she's a dog. An honorable senator. You ladies that are in Senate that are saying, nobody has molested us. The lady that came on television to be talking, nobody has molested them. I mean, even looking at her, you know who will molest her. She's an old woman. But see Natasha. So should her beauty given to her by God become a sin? Should it be a crime? And just because Natasha is the type that will speak out, so she's speaking not just in defense of herself, but it's for other ladies. Every Nigerian lady needs to stand up. Within Africa, South Africa, come and see. Namibia, come and see. Today in Namibia, they've just sworn in the ruling party president that's a lady. And this is the same lady that is the president-elect. Come and see them in their Congress. Political party Congress, that's SWAPO. It was 50-50. The Secretary General is a woman. The president of the party is a woman. And the one that's going to be sworn in as president on the 21st of March is a woman. So now, Nigerian, you just go, only a few ladies will go in there. And then all those men with fat bellies that are sitting there covered in agbada, they will be stealing money, but then people keep voting them. How? Or why? Because they bribed their way there. Just like your so-called number 1 citizen. We knew what he said. We will snatch it and run with it. 2027, if you people don't start planning now, 2027, they don't even need to snatch. They're already holding it. They will just subdue everybody and continue. That's why you see, even the people that were voted under the platform of other parties, they went into the Senate and got swallowed up because of the love of money. There must be justice for Natasha because she spoke out. And now the wife of Akpabio is even coming out and suing her for billions because they love money. Suing her. So so you trust your husband, or are you protecting him because of the money? You don't want him to be ashamed or forced to resign from the Senate? Do you know what your husband does in secret places? There are things that when they come out, you'll be shocked. But these people have a way of sealing people's mouth by paying them. But the time has come. You can keep doing what you're doing, but I'm telling you, they say there are many days for the thief, but there's one day for the owner. God Almighty is watching what you people are doing, both in the Senate and in the House of Rep, including the judiciary. God is watching all these things of thinking everything is money, 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 money. God is watching and he's going to judge all of you. Let there be justice. Natasha must be returned back to the Senate with immediate effect because none of you have the moral right or conscience to say you are suspending a senator. You even said no pay for 6 months and that it will even go longer. And you did not only do it for her, but you say including her staff, everybody that's there working under her. Is it their fault? Are they in the Senate? They're just working for her. And you close her office. Anybody that is supporting what the Senate has done, then I think you need to be examined. Your brain needs to be examined. When you see criminality, broad daylight robbery, are these people really human? People like us are not going to keep quiet. You say, Haruna, you have started again. Started what? We are telling you the truth. Are you happy with what's going on? Do you love the insecurity? Do you love the state of the economy? People are going from frying pan to fire. And then the Senate that are supposed to be coming up with legislations on things on how to better people's lives, they are there fighting to protect a man that, there is a thing hanging on his head concerning sexual allegation or harassment. So, and then they're there. All of them ganged up to support him. Were you there? Most of them maybe like that. Harassing women. And the few women that are there maybe have been bought over, or maybe he has slept with some of you, so now you can't talk. Because if you talk, the thing will come out. Shame, 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 shame on the Senate president, and shame to all the senators. Because none of you could speak out. None of you, none. You were all mute. And those of you that signed, the signatures are there online. We have all seen those of you that signed, including you, Ireti Kinkibe, that went to represent the obedience. And some of you got there, you didn't qualify to be there. By God's grace, you were given a platform. You were given a place to speak up for the masses, for the suffering, for the marginalized. But you went there, forgot them, and everything is about yourself. God will judge all of you. It's all about standing up for justice. There must be justice for Natasha. Justice for the silent voices of those that have been sexually harassed and those that have been oppressed. Their time has come to be free, and the time for these wicked people to be judged has come. Thank you very, very much. Please go ahead and share this broadcast with as many people as you can. It was wonderful being with you. Once again, this is your friend and brother, Dr. Haruna Goro. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.